Welcome back to Star Trek Online, everybody. I am your host, the Housecoat Gamer. It is time to deal with the Vault. Oh, joy.
The Romulans researched Borg technology at a base known as the Vault. The Vault was abandoned in the chaos after the destruction of the Romulan homeworld. We sent a group of scout ships into the region a few years later, but they were lost in an ambush by an unknown vessel. Since then, we have been monitoring the region for signs of activity. Long-range sensors have detected energy spikes in the Hakona system, and Klingon intelligence believes that someone is bringing the Vault back online. I want you to find out who. I also want to know if there is any Borg technology or restricted weaponry on that base. Good luck, and good hunting.
Alright, as you might guess from all the late vids I've been doing, specifically with the Jem'hadar, there will be no commentary. But know this, I despise the Vault. I will always despise the Vault. I have despised the Vault ever since shuttles were a thing, because I want shuttles to be just like the elite fighter pets. 3 forward weapon slots, 1 rear weapon slot. Yeah, I hate this mission.
Obviously, this station isn't as abandoned as Intel suspected. Sensors are reading several Riemann ships in the area, and that's just the ones that we can spot. That station is immense. It must have taken an incredible amount of manpower and technology to build it. It's almost the size of a small moon. Sensors are reading a sophisticated tachyon detection network, as well as several patrolling vessels. For an abandoned station, this facility certainly has a lot of activity. My people are experts at stealth technology. If we want to approach unseen, we must avoid confrontation and find a way to evade or jam their sensor grid. We must assume that if we engage the ships here, they'll notify whoever is left on the station, and it may become difficult to find an entry point. Indications are that this vessel was refitted for asteroid mining. Apparently, a containment failure in the engine core led to a massive radiation surge. The engine went into emergency shutdown, but all of the couplings and injectors were burned out. The crew probably died due to instant radiation burns. It looks like the vessel was stripped for parts and left derelict. Looks like they left this satellite as a communications booster for their short-range worker shuttles. Fortunately for us, it's still active. Unfortunately, it's heavily encrypted. Traffic analysis shows that the network routes its communications through a series of nodes at the station's dorsal peaks. If we flood them with excessive signal, it could cause the network to be unable to handle any signal traffic, which would give us a brief window to slip in. The alerts wouldn't go off because the station would never get the signal. We'll still have to avoid the patrols and make sure we don't get too close to the station until we make the broadcast. Approaching the tachyon grid perimeter. If we're detected by it, that will definitely alert the Riemanns. Station sensor hub jammed. Picking up some unusual energy readings. We'll need to explore the accessible interior areas and see what we can find. Looks like there's another access conduit across from us. We'll have to think three-dimensionally in here. Sensor readings are also picking up a few scattered life signs. We've tripped some security systems.
Right shield.
The doors are a massive set of interior bulkhead doors. They're segmenting the different parts of the base. Possibly a safety measure in case something went wrong in one of the central areas. Access appears to be controlled by use of security keys. We can disable it if we can find a code block that matches part of a security key. This defense turret was hooked into part of the security network. There's a security code in its subsystem, code block 6750. The security key is on a rotation. Each code block matches a piece of one key. Key in the appropriate code when the rotation matches to it. Trying a code on the wrong rotation will probably invalidate that code, so be careful with the timing. That's it. Well done. We should be able to bypass the system and gain access now. Above us, that's a Borg sphere. The Tal Shiar must have used this base as a storage facility and research area for Borg technology. Electrical discharges, probably from ionization leaking from the sphere and research nodes. We should be cautious about flying too close to them. The Borg sphere is dormant, like it's been put to sleep. It's not the source of the strange readings that long-range scans detected. Looks like the sphere's hooked into part of the local systems network. We should be able to exit through the other doors now. Probably a safety precaution to keep them locked. Quiet in this area. Too quiet. This is disturbing. We're looking at a facility used to build Thalaron weapons. If the Remans have infiltrated this base, they may be trying to secure those weapons.
So our intruder finally arrives at the heart of the matter. Have you seen all that you came to see, little spy? That should be obvious. I intend to make use of this station to further my agenda. Your presence, however, is a bit more curious. I expect that you are operating under the shroud of Empress Sela, whether you realize it or not.
Doubtless you have discovered the source of those readings. Understand that I have little desire to unleash this sort of destruction, but my hand is forced. The Reman people will only be liberated if we are able to make a clear and decisive stand against the Romulans. The technology of this station will allow us to do so. Klingon allegiance is to whatever cause or ally that will provide them with battle and conquest. I will not trade the Romulan yoke upon my people for a new one of Klingon design. I will deal with the future when it arrives. For me, there is no tomorrow until my people are free. However, I respect your commitment to your position. It's a shame we are at cross purposes.
I am afraid our time is at an end. My associates have already finished loading the Thaleron weapons that we need, and I have other operations to manage. I think we both know what happens now. May your death be quick and valorous.
need to alert the KDF to Obisek's plan. Once we are clear of the station interior, we can send a message by using the subspace booster satellite. Then we'll have little choice but to keep the Remans occupied until reinforcements can arrive. I suggest evasive action when that occurs. Though you may feel otherwise, I do not believe today is a good day to die. Reinforcements have arrived and are just past that nebula. We don't have much time. We need to meet with our allies and stop that ship. IKS Azatbur is signaling us. They're going to engage the Reman ship, but they want us to take care of the fighters and plasma torpedoes. We are now in the micronebula.
Shields have failed.
That was a glorious explosion! Probably the Thalaron weapons carried aboard the ship. We are going to leave the system under high warp to draw off any reinforcements that might come looking. Suggest you return to Klingon space.
And now we return to Kronos, because we don't have a starbase near the Hakona system as a Klingon. Lovely.
Excellent. We need to learn more about the conflict between Obisek and the Romulans. If Sela is stupid enough to wage war against our own vassals, we might be able to use the conflict to our advantage. You were right, however, to destroy the Thalaron weapons. They are the tools of a coward. I would rather look my enemy in the eye as he dies. Klingon intelligence will be working to decode the list of possible targets you acquired from the base's databanks. The next step is to find out why the Remans want to attack these locations.
Congratulations, Honor.
Housecoat Gaming signing off.